go. You tighten up.
They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Balazs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard. line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Dolphins.
Check. Watch 54.
And he rifles one incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Alert 3. Hey, alert. One down.
Here's Rosen. On the right side, open is Gesicki. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the second round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll run here with Balazs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go. 180. Hey. Watch tight end. Even. 180.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
I got you. Hey, Mike 52.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Push him back.
Here's Rosen to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Monday. 55, come on. Hey, let's go. Hey, check back. Watch it,
From the gun, it's Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Rosen. And Stills over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Stills was 2nd on the team a year ago to the now departed Danny Amendola in the receiving yards category. And hard to believe, 5th year now with Miami after his first couple of years with Drew Brees in New Orleans, and now hoping he can form a bond with Josh Rosen. Balaj takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 55, hug. Check nickel.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
1st down, Dolphins.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Right here, right here.
They run it with Balaj. Oh, he shifts past him. And now running right through it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his off-season working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
On first down, Drake. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Middle.
Now Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Show that bench release and go.
On 2nd and 2, Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And it's a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 17, Rosen on the left side. This is Stills. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Rosen on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Dolphins.
2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen going deep here for Stills. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they've managed to get it done.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Hard throw, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here's Switzer. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch the eye. Snickers, got to spin.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Able to find Switzer. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Roethlisberger to throw. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Roethlisberger will throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Black 80.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Switzer, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I got him.
Check 9.
Check safety.
Rosen will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Focus, defense, focus.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start with a give here to Balazs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Check. Right there. 54, right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
The first time I saw Marcus Peters was in a practice session when he was at the University of Washington. I literally was watching someone else, and my eyes kept going to him. I thought he played the corner position with extreme intelligence, even as an undergrad there.
What year was that?
It would have been his sophomore year at Washington, and he's carried over those same playmaking skills to the NFL, and we just saw him knock one away.
Safe.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
I got one.
Eight.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Motion, motion, motion.
Hey, alert, alert. Hey, box truck, box truck.
They'll stay on the ground. Barrage again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun, it's Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check 48, the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
That, like 20.
55. Hey, eat.
Double, double.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Come on, get back.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kiko Alonso came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a toss. This is Connor. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
A beautiful fake. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And to the left side here, Wilson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd down. Throwing again, it's Rosen. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
They'll try and throw forward with Rosen. That's to his running back, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Tonight, 180. 98 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They start with a give to Connor. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Connor, and once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Alert, alert. Check right. Watching you five. Flash and turn.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Still searching for that first interception in this game and down on the scoreboard. Remember, they won last week, and a big reason why they had 3 picks.
And one characteristic I've always noticed about great defenses is that they want to be the ones that have a huge impact on the game and actually lead their teams to victory. So you just noted 3 interceptions last week and they won. And a little extra pressure that they're feeling right now because they haven't gotten those interceptions in this game, and they're losing.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Throwing again on second down. Rosen. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Mike, 55. Hard. 55. Let's go, Mike, 55.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
They're going on fourth down. Rosen. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Rosen on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rosen. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Check. Hey, alert.
Go. Kill.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check, hot.
On first down, it's Rosen. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Parker. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Rosen to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Check.
Again, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on fourth and goal.
Here we go. You got tape right there. Hey, alert 3.
Here we go. It's Rosen on fourth down. That's complete right around the 8. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.